Let me hear you say ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da. Crazy how this thing called love, just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. Is why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da.
Good morning and a blessed and happy 4th of July to all my American people. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. As we wake up this morning to another independence celebration of this great and powerful nation called the United States of America, I want us to wake up this morning thanking God, especially my Liberian people, and being grateful to the American people for having us in the United States of America. It is a great privilege and a life-saving opportunity for us to be in this country, to live free, to enjoy employment, and all the opportunities that other Americans enjoy as well. So on this precious and glorious day, I want to take off my hat to all Americans and say thank you, thank you, Thank you. On behalf of all my Liberian people here in the United States of America, you have been a saving grace to us in the time of need. We thank you. Now, let me go to Liberia. Let's take a break first after all of this. Now, let's go to Liberia and bring in my correspondent, Mrs. Samuel Wilker. Sam, how you doing, brother?
Very good morning, bro.
Bad,
Happy Independence Day to America.
God bless us.
Yeah, God bless America.
Yes, each and every day. So what's happening in our small America then, man?
It's small America. Every morning it's news.
It's catching hell.
It's catching hell. The ruling party, CDC, the citizens are going against their own party.
Oh, there's an internal
CDC motorcyclists in Monserrato, Pinsville City. They vow to vote against their party on grounds that the country is not secure no more. They got a gang leader called Waterfall, and Waterfall, with his gang are always attacking motorcyclists. He killed some of them, and it was seized back. He getting the man, he got more than 200 bags back.
Wow!
But sources are saying that the police doesn't know, so maybe he could be a police operative.
But if he got 200 back in his yard, they belong to other people. And the police investigating him, something wrong.
The police is not investigating him, but that's why they are saying that he's a police operative. So they are in the know. And in Margibi, due to malpractices in the primary, that selected Nathaniel Magay, the former Minister of State for President Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the citizens that were at the primary decided to vote against CDC this October 10 election, on grounds that the primary was marked by malpractices, corruption, and all that. So CDC is fighting against CDC.
So many of the people in Margibi County did not vote for Nathaniel McGill.
No. So he was just imposed on them as a lone candidate in a senatorial race for CDC.
Wow, that's terrible. So
terrible.
All around our CDC is breaking down.
They are breaking apart. Representative Jimmy Smith, because he was defeated massively in District 2, Pinsville, Jacobtown. He resigned from CDC yesterday.
Wow.
He resigned from the party, yes.
So
Colonel Jimmy Smith.
He think a chance it would be better if he go to another party?
Well, but he went to the Unity Party last year and they rejected him. That's why he saw face with CDC. But with this, maybe he will go independent.
Yeah, because he already rejected it.
Yeah, maybe.
What's the situation on Musu Scott?
Today is Tuesday, July 4th. Musu Scott should be appearing in court. The lawyers will be the court will entertain argument today in the murder charges against Scott and the 3 others. So today is Tuesday, and they'll be going back to court. But before yesterday, Scott alarmed that the prison is not feasible. I mean, it's not a place for him to be.
It's not conducive.
The women, not conducive. The women prison, especially because she's the women herself.
She just finding this out.
She was once Chief Justice.
She just finding this out.
But she had not been going there.
Why they will put someone there in jail? And Sam, you see, put that with line these people up in jail.
Yeah, go and see it for yourself.
They want
go and see for yourself.
Chief Justice or Minister of
Justice,
Minister of Justice, Chief Justice, all of that.
A judge and all that.
Realizing that the prison system is not conducive for women because they lock her ass up. They should keep her in jail.
That now she know now.
You put more people in jail. You see, Sam? Why I advocate for putting people in jail? Things will change. Now she in jail, she become an advocate. Let her stay there for 10 years after the trial. let's see what she will become. You see, so that you want to be sorry for these people, but when they see they kind of did to piss me off, Sammy really pissed me off. You be a chief justice, you be minister of justice. You don't know the conditions for women in our prison are good. From time immemorial, we're the poorest country. That's the first thing. We're the poorest country. They've been complaining about the people starving in the prison last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
People were dying
last
from
year.
COVID-19 last year, starving.
There was no food. There was no food.
You didn't hear shit for this damn Gloria Scott woman. Now she in jail. All of a sudden, she a damn activist.
And she was once a senator
Look at
from
that.
Maryland County.
Look at that. You see the jail? Did you put in jail? Yeah, let her complain. You see, did you put in jail in Sano County? Let her complain. You see what I'm talking about? These people that sit in power all the time, enjoy. Now they in jail. All of a sudden, she become an advocate for women.
An advocate.
No one hear from you, Gloria Scott. You better put your shit together and go to court and free yourself. We don't want to hear your kids. Yeah, there's a deceitful thing all the time that made me mad. So it gets to me. Who go to jail? The poor people in our society.
Mm-hmm.
The rich people don't go to jail. So if you want to help our people, even if the hardship, the jail is one of the places you go to make better. So when the people can have a chance to rehabilitate. Because when you're in jail and you see better living, you have opportunity to go to school, to learn the things. When you come out of jail, your ideals of life may be different. And when you're young, you have the opportunity to change, man. Then the older guys who already sit in their lives. Sam, I went to, I visit homes when I was in corrections. When I was in jail. I used to visit homes. I went to this kid home, man. I couldn't believe it, man. When I got to the kid home, he had two Mercedes Benz sitting outside. Two Mercedes. Then I walk in. He was home for some minor reason. Then I walk in the house, man. The kid was living in the loft. He had the first floor. Then he had the second floor up his bedroom. Then from the bedroom, he had the railing. You could come and look right on down to the bed. I mean, the house was bad. It was one of those modern houses. So I walked through the house and inspected the house and everything because he was on home confinement. And while leaving, I turned to him and I said, "You're living life." He smiled to me. You know what he said to me, Sam? He said that because of you.
Wow.
Sam, every time I told that story, tears come to my eyes. He said that because of you. I said, why me? He said, you remember when we were in jail, you used to say that and tell us nothing is impossible for us. If you can come to Africa and make it in this country. He said, I'll listen to you. He said, and all this because of you. I listen to you. Can you imagine? Every time I talk about it, I think tears come to my eyes. And it's good I'm talking about it on this Independence Day too. Because it's freedom, knowledge, changing your life, looking for the positive things in your life. This kid made it, man. He was on some minor thing. But besides that, and I was so I didn't know how to walk under the gallows again, my man. I didn't know how, I was so the guy really blew my mind, man. I didn't know how to walk under the house again. I was so I don't know what it was, man. I was blushing. What I mean, he made me want to cry. And every time I think of that story, it brings tears to my eyes, man. Because this kid took advantage of what I was telling him in prison. And that's one of the reasons why I work in prison. Because you can't change people's lives on the street. You change people's lives where they need it the most and where they will listen to you the most. You see? And that's why some of us do what we do. Because if we don't do it, nobody will do it. You see? And it's good for this Independence Day to, to reflect on this kind of thing. Because in Liberia, we face the same problem. Look at what we're going through with gangsters and all these people. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. That means our system has broken down so bad.
Completely.
The police can't even survive. That means the police not getting paid. The police not making a living. For things to get this bad, that the police will get in cahoot with gangsters. And we know that in the gangster compound, there are over 200 motorbikes. And nobody got the balls to go in there and arrest that man or inspect all those motorbikes in the yard to make sure that they are his. You see, when the system of law and order breaks down in our country like this, how can we survive, man? How can we survive? When police conniving, cahooting, collaborating, conspiring with robbers,
facilitating, and all that.
Other word, you got to add another word. Our country is in trouble, man. We're in a serious trouble. And it reflects on our political leaders. Now, look at this morning. Joe Boca not paying rent. And look at the kind of this, Sam. This all go back to the city we're talking about. Why is it a political party like this not paying their rent? Why? This been on since last year. According to the news, they owe $200,000. The court told them to pay half.
For the Martin's building, Kogotan.
Yes, they told them to pay half by October of this year. Was it October of last year or October of this year? Well, they haven't paid the half yet. They haven't even paid it. They have to pay $100,024 or something like that. Some half of the amount they owe. But they haven't paid it. Now they risk embarrassment. I don't think Joe Boga will go to jail for that. I don't think the party members will go to jail for that. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So what happened to all this money they raising?
And Boga just told Liberia, say, the party shouldn't worry about money because money is coming, enough money coming for the campaign, for the political activities. So why can't they pay their rent? Or is it that they are saying that they do not owe, the landlord also?
Go to hell, we're not paying you. Is that what they're saying? Let us know. But I, with a party like this, owe somebody for 2 years, something is wrong somewhere. There's a failure to communicate somewhere. So we see that I don't believe that Joe Boca don't have the money. We normally can't get raising all this money all over the place. I'm sure
but most of these things we learn that Ellen is behind it.
Yeah,
so Ellen was so close to the McLean family, and he was once Minister of State under Ellen.
I think,
and she's behind it.
I think
to embarrass the party.
Because there's some cahoot or wickedness from this useless Ellen Johnson Sirleaf behind the McCain family, parish, Boca, and political parties. So they're not paying because there's no reason Boca will not pay his rent. There's no reason. So when you see it like this over a year now, Boca hasn't put 1 cent down, something wrong. Something wrong. Because either when they were all together, McLean was in with Boca then now. All of a sudden, he an enemy of the Buckeyes.
He's in Ellen camp.
Yeah, that's what I say. All of a sudden, he turned against Boca now. Maybe Boca said to him, but he gave Unity Party to Ellen. Go to Ellen for money. Don't come to me. Maybe that's why he sees the McLean. Because how long does he owe for? 2 years, 3 years, or for since he been there? For since Unity Party been there?
No, it was honor Ellen that they owed his money, not honor his administration.
So you see why Boca not paying the money.
Yeah, it was honor Ellen's administration. That rent.
Don't come to me. Why you didn't go to Ellen Johnson selling for rent? The whole while she was there. Now I'm there. You coming to me for rent? I ain't paying you. Go to Ellen Johnson selling. Go to the Salifs. You see, in Liberia, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Fire.
Anywhere there's smoke, there's fire. There's a reason. You know, and then wicked Ellen Johnson selling. She gotta go, man. Ellen Johnson selling gotta go. America, you'll take her. China, you'll take her. Japan, you'll take her. England, you'll take her. You'll take this woman. She gotta go. She can't stay in our country. She is trouble. She is trouble for us. Our democracy will not survive under this woman. Our country will not fit under this woman. She's corrupt. She's a rogue. She's a petty thief. She gotta go. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is a rogue. She gotta go. She's a petty thief. She gotta go. She gotta go. For us to live, these elements of destruction, of war, and behaviors, they gotta go. They gotta go. Ellen Johnson will not let Liberia live because we'll prosecute her. Her children did too much in Liberia. And she doesn't want to be made shame. But her legacy is over. We're coming for her, whether she's dead or alive. It's over. And trouble and waiting for her too. That woman will not receive peace in life nor death. Trouble will punish that woman. They're waiting for her. That's why she won't die. Because she knows the punishment she's going to face when she dies. They're waiting for her. All this deceitfulness, all this wickedness. Just the president of Africa, the first female president of Africa. This woman had this thing planned forever. From the time she was in college. To be first female president of Africa. That was an ambition. So look how she destroyed our country to get this, man. She still destroying our country and killing our people. 250,000+ Liberians died for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to be president of Liberia. Her presidency was blooded. And she got to go. She got to go, Sam. It's not right for us. It's not just. For all the Liberian people who supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, maybe they got reasons to support her because they stole the money too. Yeah, they thought that was some paradise while the poor people were suffering. Ellen Johnson can't start a war in our country and come and stop the war and say she's the savior. She's not the savior. She's not. And in due time, she'll be punished. Because deceitfulness will always end up being punished. You know, you can deceive the Americans. You can sell us out to them all you want. The World Bank, all these people she's selling us out to. That's why they're giving her all these millions of dollars. But it ain't going to do her no good. Ain't going to do her no good. Justice prevails. You see, and justice ain't care about color. Ain't care about race. So you see, Sam, today is a wonderful day in America. Let's talk about America now. Today is the 4th of July. in America, we don't say July 4th. Just like in Liberia, we say 26th day, that our way of saying Independence Day. In America, the people say 4th of July. They don't say
4th of July, yeah.
Yeah, it's happy 4th of July. So they don't, just like our 26th, that is 4th of July. So when you say happy July 4th, they look at you and say, oh, this guy's a foreigner. Yeah, he is a foreigner. When we say, hey, happy 4th of July, yeah. They say, oh, yeah, he's mixing up small. Americanized. Are you Americanized? Oh, you laughing?
I'm Liberianized.
You laughing? That's a funny question. Yeah, we got to go around today asking everybody, are you Americanized? Are you Americanized? So we know where the Liberian people stand. You know, for people, are you Americanized? They be talking, oh, yeah, oh, God say American. Are you Americanized? Yes or no? That would I guess. And it's not laughing like you.
You gotta know your identity.
I'm telling you, sir. The Liberian people are interested, man. Yeah. So this is what go on. And the Scott case is supposed to be starting soon. Where do you think this case going, Sam?
Where we wouldn't to see with in fact lawyers of Glorious Card lawyer has increased to 35. So I don't know why. I don't know why it's a huge number. You as a legal person, maybe you're trying to explain why is it so a huge number. The very first time in Liberia, yeah, you know.
It's showing the public that it's showing the George Weah government that all these people support Glorious Card.
Glorious Card, yeah. Good.
Yeah, I don't know what their feelings are about the case, whether she's guilty or not. Because you can't just support somebody because you want to support them. They're guilty. So you can have 5,000 lawyers. If the other lawyer just have one lawyer who's good, he can prosecute her.
Yeah, but actually they are fighting for a bail. You know, to get on bail. That's what they are fighting for. So that's why the legal team is, you know, I mean, keep increasing.
But I tell you why. Because they're saying that the police did not do the investigation, did not complete the investigation. Do they have the knife?
That I don't know of.
Okay, so if they don't have the knives, because they said those people have already in the cloth to take out. Did they take it out, or is it in the police custody? If it's in the police custody, are they capable of doing fingerprinting to validate the fact that that is the knife that was used in the murder? Whose fingerprints are on those knives? And you see everything all messed up now because even if all of their fingerprints are on it, you know, in Liberia, we don't know how to preserve evidence. The police probably the one that took the knife with their hands too, and their fingerprints on it too. So all of that is forensic examination of the crime scene. Because if they want to bring it down to who actually murdered that girl, they got to find out who all fingerprints are on the knife that killed her. Was there one knife, or were there many knives? Because she had multiple stab wounds on her. They had 2 or 3 people involved in the whole situation. So we don't know how many of those people have not had knives. Whether Musu and Newton, whoever is that for sure fighting with, had knives, or whether one person had knife. Okay? Because usually when people fighting, you take knife, I would take something else to defend myself. So how did this occur? What happened?
Okay. How she end up in Glorious Card's bathroom?
Well, they could have dragged her there after the stab, you know, because there was commotion, there was noise. Glorious Card was not in her room. She said she pepper sprayed the man. And people say pepper spray was all over the girl too. So the pepper spray she may have sprayed shallow. Miss B. Shallow were fighting all of them, and she prayed Shallow to subdue her. And while she was doing that, somebody stabbed her. We don't know the fact of the story. It will come out. Okay? Somebody was praying. And for the evidence so far, they say Shallow dead body is peeling. The dead body in the morgue is peeling because of the pepper spray that was sprayed on her face. So who did Mosu Scott ready spray? Did she take out the spray Shallow because Shallow was acting up and they wanted to subdue her? Because there's evidence that pepper spray was used. So if there were no robbery, why did they use the pepper spray? Because pepper spray is used to subdue people.
So besides Shadow, there are no other person affected with the spray?
Well, I don't know about that. But Shallow is in the police custody. And they were saying that her face is peeling on the newspaper report. So she's in the public. The other people not in the public, so we don't know whether the face is peeling or not. But if Shallow was sprayed in the face, it makes sense that her skin will start peeling after certain days because of the residue.
It is not washed. It is not washed.
Yes, it's because of the residue on her face. So who did Musa Scott spray and why? If there was no robber in the house, if there was nobody attempting to kill them, who did she spray with the pepper spray and why? You see,
I really don't think the police got a nap or they have evidence. But what I was saying is because the building was sealed, they concluded that there was no robbery.
Well, they didn't catch anybody. They said there was one of the security guys standing at the window with colleagues to see anybody would come out. Nobody came out. The guards went into the window and got in the house. People got in the house that way too. People opened the door. The keys were handed to them. They opened the gate. The public came in. But there were no robbers that left the house. So how did Shallow Musu die?
Complicated case.
I mean, it's not complicated. Somebody killed him. They all, I mean, what complicated?
I mean, the trees, now if you found trees, I very happy.
All three were in the house. Somebody knew what happened. There's no complication about that. Somebody just got to come and say what really happened. Because there are three people in the house. A woman died. They say, well, robbery, there's no robber. So these three people know what happened in the house. They got to tell us exactly what happened. So there's nothing complicated about the case. That's why they are conspirators to murder. You see? But there's no bail for murder in Liberia. So those people can go and kill and they can say what they want to do. Our law says there's no bail. Once you are charged for murder, there's no bail. Whether the evidence is not enough or evidence is enough, or the law says when you are charged with the crime of murder, you don't get bail. So why are they fighting for this woman to get bail? Well, other people never got bail before. She's our laws because 30 useless lawyers jump behind this woman. It mean nothing. It mean nothing. That's intimidation practice. The more the lawyer, they intimidate the system. But it has nothing to do with that, man. If the woman cannot, our law says murder is unbailable. They didn't say if the evidence is enough. They didn't say if the prosecution can't find enough evidence. They say murder is not bailable. When you are charged with a crime of murder, you do not get bail. And she is charged with a crime of murder. She cannot get bail. It's non-bailable. So they can try to make all kind of arguments. The law is the law. She got to stay in jail for murder. All the other people before her been arguing this, they never got out. What she thinks she get out? They can't get her out. So she got to find someone to work there. She got to start being an advocate for something else because she failed on the women's side. She failed. She been with the women business all the time. That just now she in jail, she talking about women business. We don't want to hear that shit. She doing crime. She better worry about her crime. You know, her job as justice minister was to go to the prison and investigate inspect the prison, make sure that the prisoners have some standard of living that will encourage them or lead them toward rehabilitation when they leave prison. But when you go to prison, and the prison is just as bad as the outside where you're coming from, that's as dirty as the outside where you're coming from. People pissing and shitting all over the place, just the outside. You can't have good rehabilitation. You got to have a sense of a better life. So are those people in the prison there in Monrovia getting a sense of a better life? Is the prison clean? That's the first thing. Prison can't be dirty, Sam. When you walk in a prison, it's dirty. That's a damn third world prison. That's a banana republic. That's Liberia.
That's Liberia. That's Liberia.
That's Liberia. Because there's no prison when you controlling all the inmates under you, you can make them do what you want them to do. So that means the people that are leading the country themselves are nasty. They're nasty because nastiness breeds nastiness.
And the prison was built for like 400 persons, but you get more than 2,000 plus, inmates. So you see how congested it is.
You got no beds there.
Nothing, no bed. You gotta find your.
Yeah, you gotta find your place on the floor. New prison.
Right near the chima bucket. All the piss on the floor.
Yeah.
No slippers. So when you leave from the prison, you get sick.
Yeah.
The double punishment.
We see now, Gloria Scott in there. She's an example. We'll see when she leave, whether she will get sick, she will be fine, her skin will change. So we'll see. She's an example. Let her stay in jail for 1 month first. Then she come up, we'll see what will happen. Okay? But right now, she can't come out on bail. No matter how many lawyers she got. She can have 50, 60, 70,000 lawyers. Once she charged with bail, with murder, she is non-bailable. She can't come out. So those are the laws of Liberia. So these lawyers, they can get together and form 500, 700, 900. She ain't getting out. The law is the law.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But then I don't know. This morning talk show, a lot of callers are saying that they believe that this case is political because why is there other death being occurring and there's no investigation? Nothing. Government has not even talked about it.
Well, it's political in the sense that because of that.
He's in opposition.
Other death's been going on. Nobody interested in it. Now this woman in the opposition. Her case is front and center on the news. Hey, that's life. So because of that, we say that Gloria Scott didn't kill the woman, or they didn't kill Charlo Musso. Yeah, that's injustice, but they still kill somebody. We know that the other people being killed by the government. The government will face its due course in time.
Mm-hmm.
You see? But right now, if they're seeing this woman is guilty because she married her daughter, and there's evidence pointing in that direction, we can't say nothing. You can't say, oh, because you didn't do it before, why you want to do it now? No, we can't do that. That's not part of our legal system. But we need to go back and punish all these people who killed people in our country. I think they got off free. They're not free. Fina Bono, George Weah, Samuel Tuer, all the people that committed murder in our country, they got to face the law. And these people don't joke as serious people. They know where it come to me. I don't joke. The Sam Tuer know. The Gray know. George Weah know. All of them know. They know the Liberians who the joke and the Liberians who don't joke. Okay? They know the Liberians who the play with them papa balls because they don't respect their papas. And the Liberians where you don't respect your papa. Okay, one of the Liberians, and they know it. So all the shenanigans they're doing, they know. When it comes to punishing them, I will not hesitate to punish them. To jail, if our law says to commit murder to be executed, I will not hesitate to sign the paper for them to be executed. That's not my desire. I'm not a murderer. I don't like murdering people. But at some point, Liberian people got to know we got laws. They got to know we got order in our society. And it has gone amok. They say it's amok. And we got to reel it back in. We can't live in a country without law and order. We can't live in a country with bandits and people just running around. Charles, we are all of them are bandits. You talking about Waterfall? Waterfall is just an extension of the government.
Mm-hmm.
Why would somebody be terrorizing the citizens of Liberia and nobody not doing nothing about it? Why would all the motorbike people know who doing it and nobody punishing this man? They crime too much in our country, man. They crime too much. Now they won't punish Gora's cat for committing a crime. The same crime they've been committing since they've been in power. What can we say, Sam? Our hands are tied. Unless the Liberian people come to our consciousness and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Not to George Weah. Not to this useless government. We got to go to Ellen Johnson Sally Huff and tell her enough is enough. Leave Liberia and go. We got to drive that witch out of Liberia. It's sad that a president who served in our country, we don't want them to be in our country no more. But when the president is a destructive element in our system of democracy, the president got to go by any means necessary. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has stolen so much from our country. She's not protecting herself. She's protecting her children. And you cannot protect your children at the expense of the suffering of the Liberian people. Your children got to go to jail. Your children will confiscate all their property, all their monies, and we're putting them in jail. All of them are friends. I know them. And that's why I will put them in jail to teach them. Friends don't steal from friends. And Sam, just how I'm talking, all my relatives, my sister, all of them that are stealing my money and putting it in it, they are rogues. I will put them on the carpet. Even my sister, I put her on the carpet. That's stealing. And she's a lawyer. She should know that that's stealing. You can't take our family money and commingle it with your money. That's stealing. I love my sister. My sister brought her also to America. But what she's doing is dishonest. And I'm a man of justice. I can't see it and turn my face and say no. Because all my late brothers and sisters saying, but right now you talking about justice or sister doing this. What are you talking about? So I got to talk. Because if my late brothers and sisters do it, I will kick their asses. So when my big sister do it, I Gotta let her know that stealing. You cannot do that. You cannot take our family money and commingle it with your private money. No, you can't. You know why, Sam?
Mm.
You know why you can't take your family money and commingle it with your money? You know
Yeah.
why?
Mm.
You don't know why it's corruption?
It's true. It's corruption because I mean, you cannot mix the money because your money is not your family money. Although you
Okay?
get portions in that family money, but you shouldn't blend away your money and sit on it as yours.
But tell me the real reason why you cannot mix your money with your family money. The real reason is every money in the bank get interest every day. So when you take our family money and mix it with your money, we don't know our interest. That's the stealing. That's where the stealing is. Because if
Mhm.
your family got $20,000, you put it in your personal account, you know we're gonna interest $20,000 accrue every day. Every day we might get $50, $60 on that $20,000 from the bank as interest. Or we might get $100. So that means my sister got our money in the bank. She telling us we got $10,000, but we do not have $10,000 because interest is growing our money every day.
Mhm.
So by telling us that $10,000, she lying to me because every month or every quarter the bank release interest on our account. Now suddenly the interest is $200, $300, $400. We don't know because she got it mixed in her account, but she not telling us about the interest. She only telling us she got $10,000 for us. No, you don't have $10,000 for us. You got $10,000 plus the interest that accruing every day from the bank. That's where the stealing lies, Sam. Because she making money off of us and not giving us our money. She claiming she only got 10,000 for us, but the bank paying her $50 every quarter extra for our money being in the bank. But she not telling us about the $50. She keeping it and telling us we only got $10,000 in the bank. You see why it's stealing?
Mhm.
It's money. When you put money in the bank, you get interest. And when people take your money and make it with that money, they don't tell you about the interest. And they tell you, "Oh, I got $10,000 for you." No, you don't have $10,000 for me. You have 10,000 plus the interest that grows every day on our money. So you're stealing from me. And my sister is a lawyer. She been a lawyer long just as much as me. I was a lawyer before, but she a lawyer. She knows the law. She knows she can't do that to us. Why would you do that to us? Despite the fact that you were our mother, you cared for us. You can't steal from us. You know, if my sister sit down
Mhm.
and say, "Well, because I did this for you, I want this property," we'll talk about it. All our lives as a family, my stepmother has always claimed that my father house for her and her children. It's a part of our estate. But I've told my younger brother and sisters over and over, I said, let's give it to Glapohkpa Chesson children. We don't have to have that house in our. I never lived where I live in it with my father, but I never felt that with my house so much. That was his marital home. So the woman
Mhm.
swear none of us will live in it but her children. So what we fighting for the house for? Give the children a house. And at the same house, my sister them stealing from us for. You see, because they got a school there, but they're not telling us they got a school there. They're telling us they're building for somebody else. They're not even sending us pictures of the school. We here, they and Claire, we are running the school in our father's house, but they're not even telling us that. So you
Yeah,
know they,
they made a school. They made a building on 21 Street,
yeah,
Sinker.
single,
I know that building. Yes, a school, a high school.
yeah.
It's a
That
Salvation Army in that building.
my niece running it, and they all got the money, and they sending us $700 a year.
Hmm.
They all put in the making with it, But this is corruption and the stealing that been going on in Liberia for too long. It's not necessary. Sell my work for what I got. I don't care if my father said my mom died. I haven't been in Liberia to my mom property. because my brothers and sisters won't fight for it. I ain't got time for that shit. Let them have it. Let us see where we take them. They don't know Liberia. They won't fight me for property. Take it. Let me have my own self-time I want. I'm a man. Everything I got, I bought for myself, or God give it to me. Not from my mom, not from my pa. Why would I go fight for my mom property or my pa property? Why would I do that? You know, I was blessed to have my sister fight for us to bring us to America. But my father always told us, his property not for us, his property for him. It's just to add on to what we have. But our lives is not his life. And I took that shit serious, Sam. I took it serious. My life is not my pa's life. My pa's life is not my life. I don't care about what my pa got. I don't care about what my mom got. I care about what I got because I know what it took me to get it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, it reminds me. What you saying reminds me of my father's property. Somebody asked me, but your father house in Banga, I mean, you can go and fix it. I said, no, that's not my property. A man married a woman, and the woman got children. I'm from the other woman, and she didn't pay house there. So why should I fight for her? So I got nothing to do with that property. The guy said, well, yes, it makes sense, Sam. It makes sense.
Well, I tell you,
Yes.
my pa wife, the last wife, her children, going around selling all my pa property because they think it's for them. Why worry about that for? All I know is the land that I got in the court. The court got that land. I can go there. The court will give me my deed. I'm not fighting for the other property for my pa. You know, so the deceitfulness and lies and treachery. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I'm my own man. You my pa and my mom made me who I am. No. So I'm a man that treasure what I got. Not what people get. That's what makes you a man when you can treasure what you got by your own sweat and brow. Because that's what the Bible told us. To be men, we gotta get things by our sweat and brow. We gotta work for it. You know, us that just to add on to it. Some people depend on their mind and power for life. Like my late brother, then nothing but my mom. He never worked in his life. Then he went to work, my mom would pull him from work and say, no, I want you to be back. She made him like that too. So when you never work in your life, you never did things in your life, you don't know the challenges of life. You know? That way when you want to fight for things, you don't fight. You say, okay, take it. Because in the end, nobody benefits if you don't know what you're doing. That's true, right? Okay, Sam, we're almost time to close. Give you a closing remarks. Let's move on.
It's a remark, or just got information that the road that around the Ralphie Road at the East International is constructing is causing serious flood in the Dubois area. So I thought of going there tomorrow to see what really happening. They open the drainage and the water is entering people's houses.
Just be careful you don't fall in the drainage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
you gotta be careful with that bureau, but you can't go expect
and the people complaining, then they're saying that if you complain, we'll put you in jail. That's government project. So the lady was on radio this morning, and so I told her I'm going tomorrow. I don't know how possible that would be to see what's happening, and to see what really it is, first-hand information.
Okay, we'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, take care. Sir.
And thank you. Have a nice
Independence
have a
Day.
nice 4th of July. Goodbye.
Take care, brother.
Yeah, my man, hello.
Okay. Well, my people, that's my show for the day. You know, it's so sad the way things happen, the deception, the lies, the treachery, the evil, the corruption, the manipulation, the backstabbing, the cutthroats. I mean, we'll go on and on and on. But we got to fix our country. We got to get rid of all these deceitful people in our country. You know, over the years, we have come to realize who are real patriots of our country and who are just rogues and murderers and liars. We know them. They are our enemies. Prince Johnson, Ellen Johnson Sally, Edward Snow, Fanny Shem, all these people are our enemies, man. They rip our country off, and we got to go after them for our money in the cause of the people. Aluta! Continue. My class is done. Have a good day, people. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe.